I've been lifting for 4 years now, and I finally think I'm done. It's become a chore, and it simply just lost its appeal to me. 4 years ago, probably just like you, I was sitting at a desk watching and obsessing over fitness content. I just idolized these fitness influencers, and I wanted to become just like them. Basically, I care about muscle mass more than I do my education, so I gave up college for the gym. That sounded a lot worse than it did in my head. Dude, I genuinely hate the term gym bro so much. Like, you have no idea. But I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing much more gym bro than that. Long story short, I went from obsessing over my favorite fitness influencers to becoming a fitness influencer. And now I obsess over my own self and my own body. What kind of animal left all these weights like this? Oh yeah, it was me. Fitness influencer or not, you guys, I am still human, and I tend to experience these periodical shifts in my motivation towards the gym, and lately they have been extreme. These past 6 months, I've been operating off of sheer will.
The sheer freaking will.
Basically forcing myself to go to the gym because it's my job. The point I'm trying to make is I literally get paid to lift weights. Right there, I just made $1. So I get paid to work out, and I still feel like giving up sometimes. And logically, that just makes me think everybody's gotta feel like that sometimes. Oh, by the way, I am out here in my pathetic excuse of a home gym. You guys are just kind of catching me tidying up / rearranging some stuff. This video idea kind of hit me sporadically, so you guys are catching me kind of in the middle of this all. I need this barbell to fit in here, which it's supposed to go here, but we're missing the pin that is supposed to connect this to this, essentially holding this in place, because this will just fall. But I have an idea. I've never used one of these things, so I am slightly petrified. Real talk though, you guys, I genuinely felt like calling it quits with the gym and just putting everything to rest a couple months ago. But I have successfully restored my love and passion for the gym. I actually almost injured myself this past week just because I was training too hard. I'm falling in love with the process again. And I'm gonna show you how to do it, how to restore your love and passion for picking up circles. In my experience, there are 3 main causes of workout demotivation. The most prominent one is that you plateau. After some time in the gym, growth stops becoming linear and eventually slows down drastically, or plateaus entirely. In your first year of training, seeing those visible changes in your body literally weekly was massive motivation to keep showing up to the gym. But over time, as those results inevitably slow down, that can be pretty discouraging. However, if you are actually plateauing in the gym, you're doing something wrong, and I'll show you how to avoid that here in a second. Another common one I see is just basic loss of interest due to boredom. Those passionate workouts, those euphoric highs you experience in the gym just seem to naturally occur less and less the longer you lift, unfortunately. But this is usually a consequence of doing the same stuff, like the same workouts over and over and over again, until it becomes so mundane and you just have nothing to look forward to in terms of the gym. And for this last one, I was gonna say not having enough time, but it's a little too obvious, and not only that, I think it's more of an excuse than anything. So we're gonna ignore that one, and we're gonna focus on one that I feel like nobody ever mentions. It's lost its originality. Weightlifting and bodybuilding have become so mainstream that it's literally become oversaturated. Like a couple years ago, if you lifted weights, you were genuinely considered unique. So I guess in that sense, it's lost its mystique aspect, which sucks, because me personally, I like to feel like I'm doing something original. I like to feel like I'm different. And now with the surplus of people doing it, there's a lot more people to compare yourself to, especially online. And when you see somebody that has the body you want, or they have like better genetics than you, that stuff can be very demotivating. We've created a ton of problems, so naturally, I am now going to present to you some solutions. Now, this isn't gonna be some general advice you just find on Google or something.
Step 1, inject tren into your shoulder.
These are gonna be things that work and have worked for myself that you can take and implement into your life to sustain gym motivation. If you are plateauing, and we're not talking about like slow progress, we're talking about like your body is literally not responding to your training. You know what's funny is I've actually been doing quite literally the same exercises for years. I rarely swap out exercises and I rarely implement new exercises into my training, and I never plateau. And I do this by centering my training around progressive overload. Progressive overload is essentially creating additional stress every workout to encourage or stimulate new muscle growth. My personal method of doing this is by strength training. Focusing on getting stronger is the easiest and most practical way of achieving progressive overload. And the cool thing with that is it doesn't require you to switch up your exercises. So you can focus on the movements that you like and enjoy and just focus on getting stronger on those movements. But if you're sick of plateauing, I think the real question is, why haven't you bought my training program yet? So what if you're losing interest or you're bored in the gym? Well, I think the most practical thing to do would be to switch up your workout routine. But as I just said, I'm not a fan of doing that, because if you do that, it's only going to be a matter of time before you then get burnt out of those exercises. So here's a more permanent solution, and this is what I did recently, is I found a lifting group, or even just a lifting partner. Find some people that you can lift with. A solid training partner or group, they're going to keep you accountable, but not only that, they're going to create friendly competition. I mean, if your boy is grinding, he's just absolutely sweating profusely, and you're just over here kind of going through the motions, just lazily going through your workout, your boy is gonna dog on you. If he's a real one, he's gonna give you crap for it. It'll force you to step it up. I mean, this goes with anything. If you hang out with guys that are about it, you're gonna be about it too. And one last quick thing regarding boredom. Try switching gyms. I mean, I have been lifting at this gym called Barbells here in Ohio for as long as I can remember, and just recently have I started going to Route 250. Aura and atmosphere are so incredibly important inside the gym, and your environment is eventually going to rub off on you. That's the reason I don't work out at Planet Fitness. Well, there's many reasons I don't work out at Planet Fitness. Things are always cool until they become mainstream. As I was saying earlier, I think a big problem is the massive surge of people that are all of a sudden getting into lifting. This creates oversaturation, especially for someone like me, because I am in the industry, so I'm being forced to compete with all these new people that are trying to do the same thing. And the bigger and more popular something gets, the more it loses its attraction, because it's not special anymore. It's like a girl who's slept with 20 guys as opposed to just one. And on the social media side of things, you now have all these people that you're comparing yourself to, and it can get quite toxic. For me personally, I don't consume any kind of fitness content. Like specifically traditional fitness content, where somebody's just taking a picture of their physique and posting it on Instagram. I do it too, I'm not saying I'm above it, but for me, those just really provide no value. And as far as originality goes, I still think there's room to be unique in the gym. I mean, you look around and everybody's just carbon copies of each other. They're all doing the same thing. They all wear the same clothes, they all train the same. There's just still room to carve out your own path and be original in the gym. Like for me, I've never met anybody that's my same height and my same weight that's stronger than me. So my uniqueness comes from not only looking good, but simultaneously being strong, when most people's main focus is just to look good. And my fashion statement is that I wear cargo pants to the gym. It's not something you see every day. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'd really enjoy my last video about how I drink a gallon of milk every single day for a year. If you'd like to watch that video, you can click right here. Like the video, you douchebag.